Welcome, people of light, of light, life, and the dark. Welcome. We stand on 7 principles here, and that's truth, justice, balance, harmony, order, reciprocity, and propriety. I'm doing my nature walk while we talk about today. While we talk about today, principalities and wickedness in high places. But this thing about principalities, because it's like when you're dealing with oppositional energy, when you're dealing with oppositional energies, and this on this earth, you have to, once you figure it all out, because we're lost until we dig into thyself deeper to get more information about self. But the oppositional energies have prevented that, and they have thrown stones, and they have pretty much roadblocked your path, your journey. So, and many times causing you to falter for self, to falter for yourself. And, but when we're younger, we can look at the world around us. We can see how things are playing out. We can see how we've been treated by others. And that too plays as a lesson, plays out to be a lesson. That's if you're paying attention. That's if you're paying attention to those things. And in your lessons, you see that it's a lot of turmoil. Hey, Emmanuel Briggs, you see a lot of turmoil. But you see a lot of turmoil in those people's lives. And that's a lesson. That's a lesson for you. But you can't expect everybody to do that. Not everybody's going to do that. When they're younger, just examine and look at the world. Some majority of us do that. I can say a large majority of us do that and learn from what we see. And then some of us fall for it and end up falling into the trap of following them, becoming like that. That's why I say it's good to observe. You know, it's always good to observe things before you jump in and get involved in things and people. Like a group of kids at school that you think is cool, you're a new student, and you're observing everybody. You're seeing how everybody reacts to their environment and to each other. Uh, you're trying to see. But then sometimes we falter and we fall for the wrong crowd to be around. You know, we end up, but then it's never too late for you to pull out from that crowd. You can always decide, hey, this is not for me. That's self-talk. Self-talk. This is not for me. Um, I think I want to go to a crowd that I think is more suitable for me to hang around with. You know, self-talk, a lot of self-talking, a lot of dealing with self and that. You know, but you can't expect everybody to have that awareness. Some people just are running around and whatever's whatever. They really don't care. They're in that kind of energy. But we got to know that when we're in that whatever is whatever. Hey, Camp, glad you can join me on the nature walk. It's a beautiful rainy day today. I don't care what they have to say. I don't care what they say it is. I call it a beautiful day. Sun is still shining for me, you know, over here. So, but once you realize some people live in willy nilly because they don't know. They don't know. They don't know to sit back and observe. And if something doesn't feel right to you, don't to go with that feeling. They don't know that because we have been cut off from our divinity, and because our children, and we're not able to pass that down to our children. Well, at least let's, I'm not going to speak for our parents anymore because I know I'm able to pass it down to my children. But let's say my parents were totally cut off from their divinity. They knew. Now they had some things. That's why. That's why society kept going against us because we still held on to. We still had some stuff within us that couldn't be wiped out. You know what I'm saying? We still had. We still had high energy frequencies. We still had. We still had. Should I say the word deep within our hearts? We have our DNA. So just having that alone, because I know my parents, they may have made mistakes, but they were great all around. I would say they were great. You know, I really, when it came to my spirituality, I think they were great. When you leave religion and all that other mess out of it, I found my spirituality within myself a long time ago as a child, and that had a lot to do not so much with the people around me and my environment. My parents didn't, but it's just their nature. It was their nature. Things they naturally did that was passed down to them. And it was all we had. Many times it's all we have left in life, in this existence. No, we can't. But we have to look at in our interactions with the opposition and energies that we deal with from day to day. They did do things that they had us going in opposition of ourselves. Can I hold on? I told you I'm doing video and I need it. I need to hold the umbrella. I need it for my phone, baby. Put the phone in the pocket. They have us going. Put the phone in the pocket. I'm doing a video. But you can put the phone in the pocket, so I'm talking on the video, you baby. You can put it on the pocket. Okay. They have us going in opposition to ourselves. You can put it in the pocket. They have us going against our own divinity. They have us going against ourselves. Now, I was listening to a brother earlier, and he was talking truth. He was talking truth, and the truth that we have to talk with ourselves as well. We have to do this truth talk with yourself. You have to be authentic with self. You have to get down, and we have to get down and be real to ourselves. We can't be, we can't be Come on, China. Come on, let's go. We have to be real with ourselves, you know. And like sitting in the dark and facing self, many many aren't really willing to do that work. Many aren't willing to do that kind of work and recognize who their true selves are, who and cleanse themselves of this place of this wickedness that has us in opposition to who we truly are. Now, Charlize, the one who adopted black boys, the actress, now she is clear. She's a clear example for you guys out there and females. She's a clear example of the force that will go through extremes to force you in opposition to yourself. Them children are sacred children. Them children that she adopted are very sacred children now, family. But what she has done is, and many, many other of these pawns, I call them pawns because that's what I'm writing. That's what they are in my. That's their character in my story that I'm writing. I decided to call them pawns. So they're the pawns, right? And what the pawns do is they have to get you out from your nature. They have to get you from your nature. And that's what Charlize, the actress Charlize in Hollywood and that horrible place, that's what she has that's what she has openly done in front of the world to these two little boys. She has taken these two black boys and taken them totally out of their nature. But everybody seems perfectly okay with that. And guess what? She was meant she was told to do that. Just like everything in the Bible. Like I said, I always want to write like the Bible, right? That's what my whole thing is. I want to write like the Bible, right? So the Bible is meant to have us in opposition of ourselves as well. So it's a totally different world that was covered over, an illusion that was covered over our truth. So it was covered over our truth, and many people think that they can find something from it. And you can find some things, but you got to know um, where you're supposed to be. You got to know who you are, and you got to know who you are and where you're supposed to be, and that you got to know for sure that this that it's the consciousness, the oppositional consciousness. You need to know the difference between the consciousness because the principalities, principles that we stand on naturally in the ancients, you know, well, we were the ancients, so, you know, they said truth, justice, harmony, truth, justice, harmony, balance, order, reciprocity, and propriety. A lot of times you think that the opposition is winning, but no, Your opposition and your oppositional energy only wins when you say when you say it wins. But when you really look at it and you really look at it and you see that it's not really a win. It's not really a win for anybody. For anybody. Because the whole thing is for life, for life period, because these words that I'm saying are not just words that you physically do. This is science. This is biology. This is, energies, unseen things. So when you talk about truth, you talk about justice, you talk about balance, talk about harmony, you talk about order, you talk about reciprocity, you talk about propriety. You're talking about you're talking about science. You're talking about the spiritual world. You're talking about the cause and effect. It's all connected, okay? So, you don't have to, it's not no certain day, it's not no certain time. It's all the time. It's all the time. It's all the time. The matter of fact, it's the same time the cause is done, the effect kicks in. So it's all the time. It's not it's not no karma, even though karma is um it's what they call it when they see it. They call it that. But it's just plain old basic science. And there's no way to beat. There's no way to beat it. Only way you can beat it, only way they can beat it is when you pay attention. Uh-uh. When you pay attention, when you paying attention, and I'm telling you right now, you ain't got time. You ain't got your energy, basically. You don't need to waste your energy on paying paying attention to something that is attempting to cause something for you. Because the whole thing is you are powerful and just as powerful. You're not a mere you're not a mere you're not a mere mortal. You're not a mere mortal at all. You're definitely not a mere mortal. So even though the opposition tries to make our minds think that we're limited and we're mere mortals and all this stuff, it's no truth in that. It's only truth if you want it to be, but that's just outside stuff. That's all that. Cons are outside stuff. That's outside stuff. Okay. So what I'm saying is this: you can either you can be outside of self and dealing in that, or you can be inside self and dealing with it. This is something that I'm still learning. I'm still learning this, you know. And I think it's a good thing because we need to focus more on, uh, getting our frequencies and our energies higher. Because as long as we, are dwelling amongst the low frequencies, low energies, and we're allowing ourselves to get pulled down, like my children say, Mama, like my one daughter said to me the other day, she was like, Mom, um, She's giving you that mean energy, meaning she's pulling me down so that I can be, angry, which I talked about our emotions, which is important. That's why, I saw a sister on another channel. She said after she finished a brother's video, she wrote that she was going to take hyena, a vacation from social media, and she was going to meditate. And I've done that many a times, and I think it's great. I don't think it's anything like it because the whole thing is distractions. It's real out here. Distractions is real, and I want to get into the distractions too because it's important. It's critical to us. Um, these distractions are another way of taking us out of our divinity, from reaching our divinity. And all our lives, we've been distracted, right? And now we finally come into where we're getting to know ourselves, right? We finally getting to where we finally getting to know ourselves, right? So because we finally getting to where we're getting to know ourselves, it's very important that because I found myself falling, and when you feel yourself falling back into the low energies again, you need to do self work because we're in a confused we're in a confused state right now because they've put so much stuff in front of us to deal with. They done confused us with colors. They done said that I was looking at Sadie was putting out some great information about the colors, chakra colors, right? They were saying green is envy, red is angry. They teach our kids that. Blue is sad, depressed. No, they teach our kids this. And that's some serious stuff right there. That's some serious stuff. And then they teach us that black is bad. Um, you know, it's just little things like, that are not good for our health. And our health is not just our food eating health, but our mental health. Because our mental health is going to decide our eating health. You know what I'm saying? So, and they know this. They know this. But because you've been taken off your path and your path has been hidden from you, they don't make you not still responsible. Because guess what? I spoke before, we have a soul within us. And you know what the soul is? You know what the sun is? Do you know what Anubis is? Anubis is in us. Anubis is our soul. So basically, he is our guide. He's guiding us because I would say we're actually in a state of death right now. I would say we're in a state of death already. And we have to graduate to life. That's why I said physical death is life. Over here, we try not to mourn anymore because I have mourned in the past and I've gotten angry. I've gotten distracted. Cheyenne, come on. Uh, but half the battle is self-reflection and recognizing those things in ourselves and doing something and sitting down and doing and thinking and doing something about it and doing something about it. Yeah. Yeah. And thinking and doing something about it. Because we don't have to harbor the thoughts that they incite you to harbor in this world. You don't have to harbor those thoughts. You have a choice. But because the scales now, they lean heavier in this wicked place that we're in now because it's opposition to our existence. So, like I said, we're wicked. We're considered wicked, and we don't know that. We don't know why. We don't know why we are considered wicked. We're considered wicked because our life is already death, and our death is actually life. So, of course, a group of people that depends on this life, that depends on this life only, and are stuck in this frequency, of course, they're going to pull you down and misguide you and have you stuck with them. See, that's what it is. They want you stuck with them. That's the whole agenda. That's the whole plan. But a lot of times, a lot of times, people would say otherwise. They think that they're. I mean, look at the principles we live under. We live under no justice, no harmony, no order, no balance, no reciprocity, no propriety. So if we're not getting none of those things, then it's only obvious it's only obvious, family. That's why I say a lot of people don't critically think. They move purely on emotions, and we can't let our emotions guide us because we already have a guide. We have to set the emotions aside and let the soul guide us. Sometimes the soul knows best for you. That's that first thought. Because a lot of us go for the second thought because we want a second opinion. We want a second opinion instead of you going with the first opinion. You know, the first, I should say, advice. You know, I'm doing a video, baby. I'm doing a video. So I know you're enjoying this beautiful rainy day. It's almost night, I should say. Saturday night. Doing my daily. Usually I run, I jog, but this is my daily walk. I gotta get out. I don't care rain, snow. You're gonna see me rain, snow, sleet. I'm gonna be out because when I was in the military, that's the way we did it. It was rain, snow, sleet, storm, no matter what. No matter what, you're running. So plus it's good for me. I think I'm got a little ways to go to reach my goals and little ways to go to reach my goals though. But Yeah, it's a lovely. I think when I go home, I'm gonna sit, meditate. I'm gonna. Um, I need to write some more stuff, but I probably do that. And then I need to get the uh, Halloween stories together since we were, just disrupted a little bit. But I have already. I have some ready. Music is a good way. Music really helps you with your writing and your thoughts and your thinking. Everything. It helps all the way, all around. Can you move the umbrella for me? Especially when you're running and you're exercising, music is just great for me. I tried to deal with 432 hertz the best way I can. 'Cause you can tell the difference between it. And I think I can run and move better with that kind of music. Don't step on the animal. The animal needs to live. Okay. Oh, sorry, Snake. Oh. Shut Anna. I gotta have it from my phone so it doesn't get wet. Don't step on the snake. But my phone is about to go dead. And I think I'm gonna jog the rest of the way home. And I don't have no music. Oh, all these worms. I didn't even see these worms. My daughter said don't step on the snakes, and I didn't even see the worms. She was paying attention. Snugs and everything. They're all out. But I tell you, I don't be paying no attention. I saw them, but I thought they were sticks from off the tree. You see, like these, I thought they were those. Oh, those are worms. But they look like those sticks. Come on. They're just everywhere. They look like those sticks. You can't really tell the difference. You can't really tell the difference. But like I said, we can't allow distractions to get the best of us. Um, the snails. There were snails everywhere down there. There was a lot of snails. There was a lot of snails down there. A lot of worms. Or snails. There's a lot of frogs. Mm-hmm. What is that? There was a lot of snails. Let's turn back around. Let's go. No. I'm a good homie. No, I got people talking to. I was on Fort Jackson. You was on Fort Jackson camp? Come on, Cheyenne. Yeah. I but I was gonna run, so I think I'm gonna run back. Come on. No, leave it alone. I think I'm gonna run back. Can I use that umbrella? Hold on. I need it. Hold on. No, you don't. I'm using it for I'm using that for my video. No. Be considerate. Come on. My phone. I'm trying not to get it wet. But our people don't see that we don't get these things. And because we don't get these things, we're out of whack. And then you have some people, you're always going to be out of whack because money doesn't really make you and me. Money doesn't make us. Money allows for opportunities. Yeah, it allows for the opportunity to, if you got the money, the best thing for you is to focus that money on totally separating and being able to get, how they say it, break away from this mainstream life, break away from the distractions, TV, all that stuff. It allows you to afford to focus on your energies and focus on self. So if you have that, it's good for you. It's good for you if you use it in the way that you need to use it for to help yourself and help others as well. See, but too often people don't use it for that. They think that they think that many of our people think that they are to do as low frequency pawns do. They to do as the pawns do. And because they think, hey man, oh yeah, yeah, rainy seasons. It's a perfect time for me to, I need to plant some stuff still. I have many greenhouses, so I might try to plant some stuff tomorrow. I might work on that. Do that tomorrow. It's beautiful when it rains because you have um, you have stuff like, it's a great time to meditate. You know, it's a time to sit by the window and read a book. You know, or all that, or just sleep, just rest. It's a good time to study. I think I did my best studying when it rains. Yeah. And but like I was saying, most of our people think they get money, they want to do as the low frequency, and that's what the low frequency pawns want you to do. They want you to be just like them. They want you to. They're there to. That energy is there to pull you down. It's there to pull you down, not let you rise. You're not supposed to rise, and they told us that. They said, and our Messiah is our soul. Our soul is our Messiah. So basically, they were telling you in the physical, for every, there's always opposition. Is what I'm trying to say. So for every spiritual opposition, there's a physical opposition, right? And vice versa. So it's the same thing. So basically, the spiritual opposition, meaning their energy, their negative energy, they're not negative really, but their oppositional energy was saying they cannot rise. We will not let them rise, right? And the physical, so basically, your energy has been pulled down and made to be stuck on this planet, right? Stuck on this planet. And when we, yeah, because like I said, we're rich already. We're rich in the truth, but the falsehood illusion wants us to be rich in the physical. But when we are rich in the physical, we need, because we're rich both ways. They don't like that. That's why you don't. That's why you see so much pushback when black people do get money. You see so much when we strive to do anything. This is obvious. This is obvious. You got to explain these things. You got to make it make sense. You can't be no Hebrew Israelite thinking you're cursed out here in these times and days. You can't be just switching around the Bible like that. You got to realize there's a reason, and it's an energy, and their reasoning is they're stuck here in this frequency, and if and you got something that they want, and that's our color. That's our color. It's not no God outside of us that cursed us and put us on a punishment for so much time. No, get on out of here with all that. That's just doesn't make that make it make sense. Make it make it make sense. You know what I'm saying, family? It don't make sense. So when people talk like that, you know it's not gonna feel right with you inside because again, that's just more negative affirmation about yourself. That's not nothing positive about believing in that stuff. But the whole thing is, it's some truth about your opposition trying to. Oh, Shayana, come on, walk. It's the truth about the opposition trying to pull us down. You know what I'm saying? And they even want our spirituality. Every day I hear the pawns think that they can uh, take on our spirituality. That they after they done killed our ancestors and try to hide what our ancestors were trying to put out to us. And they put us on a wrong path and they have us going all backwards, upside down, and inward and outward. The wrong way. The wrong way. But yet, somehow, they think they got energy to flow with us. That's just another trap. That's just another way. That's just another way for them. There's all kinds of traps. I mean, look at this way from a military perspective. What do they think to do? What do they think to do? What they call those fields? Mines. Okay, so you walking in a big field. We got a big field, right? It's a big field of mines, and you can't step nowhere without getting blown up. You can't step nowhere without getting blown up in this. This is what their minds have set up. The same thing they can set up mines in a big field is the same way they can set up a whole trap when we try to find our way to our journey, to our true path, and they can do this. You see what I'm saying? They can do this. They can set traps. But guess what? Guess what? Guess what? The same way they can set traps, there will be people, there will be people possessed to help you If you know something about yourself, like I said, I was raised up. My mom tried to push me into Christianity. I did get baptized, but I still held on to my spirituality personally. So I did a lot of inside work with myself growing up. You know. So so basically, when it all came down to it, and these pawns started attacking me, right, in my life. They were just all against me. But there was one pawn that actually lent a hand and lift me. Because our ancestors can work through them. You know what I'm saying? When it really counts. When there's an emergency situation, when you have an emergency situation, we control them. That's why I say we control these pawns. But nobody's willing to go in and deal with it inwardly and control these pawns. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a trick to it. We thinking on the outside, and they want us focused because they don't want us to control them. They don't want our ancestors to have the power over them. We already have that, but it's been blocked. It's been blocked. So basically, what is happening, and that's why I tell you guys, it works. It works. It really works. It really, really works. Once I did our ancestors' magic, they sent somebody, somebody was able to help me out. Somebody lent a hand and helped me out of that situation. They sent whatever they could send because they worked within something. These are empty vessels, and they can get in and out of these vessels. Our ancestors can. That's what the exorcist was all about. They know it. They exaggerate that mess, but that's why. That's why when I said, y'all remember when I said I was gonna send John Wayne Casey to the White House? I'm gonna send him to go do it. Remember when I sent? They knew what time it was, and guess what? What, they got Trump out of that house? Didn't they get Trump out of the White House? Didn't they send him to the hospital for a few days? They knew what time it was. Y'all don't know, but they knew. And I had his face up on the screen with the clown because one of you guys said that during the debate he was acting like that, a clown. But y'all see how it works, family. Magic is real. We are the magic, Melanie. So, you know how fast they got Trump out of that house and they try to say COVID? Yeah, COVID is trying to kill him. It's not trying, but we know what COVID is. I always known that it was a covert, cold, a cold word. So, so basically, we can't let them distract us because all the hold on, no, all this stuff that we gotta do. We ain't got time for that. We ain't got time for that. Like my father tried to tell me, I ain't got time for them. You ain't got time for them people. Tell them to kiss your ass, stick your butt out. I wasn't that bold, but I sure would have done it. I think I did try it one time. Of course, when their backs turned. But anyway, with that said, family, Get that frequency up. We all need to get rid of the distractions because we know, stop playing with them. We need to stop playing with them. We need to stop and move forward. Not only does it rain, but the trees. You see all these beautiful trees? The trees are good for the air. And I like the trails I walk, and I'm getting all that on a bright sunny day. I'm getting all that oxygen from the trees. I really don't want a winter to come. But if you say so, Emmanuel, especially for you, we'll do winter. It's okay. It's okay. Emmanuel says, yes, I agree. I love the way rain cleans the air and washes everything clean. And it also very soothing and relaxing. Yes, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. On a Saturday night, especially. You know what I'm saying? Huh. Yeah. So I won't hold y'all too long, family. I don't want my phone to go dead and I lose everything. So with that said, true love, real peace, the higher self within, your soul. Till next time. Peace, family. Much love. Bye.